everyone, it's Haley and today I'm going to be filming my September book haul. So I know I already have a September book haul up, but those are actually books that I bought in August, but they actually just ended up coming in September. So these are actual books that I bought in actual September. So September has been such a great month for new releases. There have just been so many books that have been so highly anticipated that have finally come out. So I'm going to start by showing you the new releases that I got. So first I got Afire by Sarah J. Maas. This is the third book in the Throne of Glass series. So now I have read The Assassin's Blade, which is the book that has the 5 prequel novellas to the Throne of Glass series, but I actually haven't started the actual series yet. But I do plan on it really soon. I just haven't gotten around to it. I don't even own the second book, but I did buy the third book because it was on Chapters for their top 50 books for 50% off. So I was like, it's $10. I'm gonna read it eventually. I'm gonna get it. So this is a fantasy series about a female assassin named Selena, and that just sounds so badass. I've heard that she is just a really crazy badass character, which I love reading about really strong female leads, so I'm definitely excited to get into this series. I obviously can't tell you the synopsis for this book because not only would I spoil you guys, but I would also spoil myself. So yeah, I'm really excited to start this series. I've heard such amazing things, so I can't wait. And also these books have awesome covers. They're kind of like anime versions of her, and like look at the back, it's so pretty. So cool. Next I have the highly anticipated The Iron Trial by Cassandra Clare and Holly Black. So this is the first book in the Magisterium series, which is going to be their middle grade series, and I'm very intrigued by this because I'm interested to see what Holly Black's writing is like. I've never read anything by her, and also how Cassandra Clare writes, 1 for middle grade and 2 for something other than the Shadowhunter world. So this book is about a boy named Callum, and his father warned him to stay away from magic. So he is trying his very hardest to fail the Iron Trial, which will decide whether he goes to the Magisterium, which is the magic school. But he fails at failing and he has to go to the Magisterium, and it just, stuff happens from there. So yeah, it sounds pretty interesting. I'm really intrigued by the cover. It kind of reminds me, it looks like a graphic novel cover. It kind of looks like the covers for like Amulet. I don't know. We'll see. And there's like symbols everywhere. Like there's that one, and then where is it? Then there's even like a symbol here. I don't know what that means, but I guess I will find out. Next I got The Jewel by Amy Ewing. I just finished this book yesterday. I gave it 3.5 stars. It was okay. I'll go more into that in my wrap up. But yeah, I haven't heard much about this book on BookTube. The only person I've heard talk about it is Benjamin of Tomes, but it's compared to the Selection series, which I completely understand why. So that definitely intrigued me. The Selection series is one of my favorite series, so I had to pick it up after I heard about that. So this book is a fantasy about a girl named Violet, and she lives on, like, her world is an island, and there's the outer sphere, which is known as the Marsh, and then there's inner spheres, and then the very center is called the Jewel, and that's where all the royalty live. So she is auctioned off as a slave to be a surrogate for one of the royals so she can bear the royal children. And she has to move to the Jewel, obviously, to do this, and upon moving to the Jewel, she discovers a lot of secrets that have been hidden there, and she realizes that being a royal isn't really all it's cracked up to be. There's a lot of shady things going on, and there's like a forbidden romance, and yeah, so that's essentially what it's about. It was pretty good. But like I said, I'll get more into like deeper thoughts in my wrap up. But yeah, I was definitely very intrigued by it. Even the cover is similar to the Selection with like the girl in dress and then the like mirror idea. Yeah, quite similar. And finally, for new releases I have, I'll give you The Sun by Jandy Nelson. So Jandy Nelson is the author of The Sky is Everywhere, which a lot of people really, really love. I personally haven't read it yet, but I've heard great things about this one as well. It has a really nice cover, all the colors and everything. So this book is contemporary about twins. There's Jude and her brother Noah, and they used to be really close as kids, but now they're 16 and they barely know each other anymore. They don't really talk anymore, but they each have the opportunity to come together again and renew their relationship. So I'm definitely really intrigued by this story, especially because it doesn't seem like your typical boy meets girl and just falling in love contemporary. It's more about like sibling relationships, which I think is a really good topic for contemporary, so I'm very excited to read it. So there are a couple other new releases that I'm hoping to get soon. There's Afterworlds by Scott Westerfeld. It just came out 2 days ago and I haven't picked it up yet because I'm trying to slow down on my book buying. So I haven't gotten it yet, even though I really want it, and it's also really big, so I probably won't read it right when I get it anyway, so I'm gonna wait for that one. And then there's also The Infinite Sea by Rick Yancey. This is the second book in the Fifth Wave trilogy, and I haven't heard very good things about it so far. I've seen like 2 reviews of it and they've all been 3-star reviews, so I'm a little bit iffy on that one. I will get it eventually, I'm just gonna wait a little bit. So now the other books that I got this month. First I have The Winner's Curse by Marie Rutkoski. This has such a gorgeous cover. Oh my god. It's so pretty. This is a pretty new release. I saw it on Book Outlet and I had been wanting to read it, so I decided to pick it up. So this book is either a dystopian or a fantasy, I'm not too sure, but it is about an aristocratic girl named Kestrel, and she lives in this warmongering world, and she is the general's daughter. So she is pretty well off, and she decides that she's going to buy a slave. But then she realizes that this slave is a real person just like her. She ends up falling in love with him, and then it puts her in this crazy situation, and basically the moral of it is, don't fall in love with your slave. But yeah, it seems really interesting. Really, the cover just absolutely drew me in. But I am definitely gonna read it. I mean, it's so pretty though. Like the deckled edges. Oh, yeah, excited. Next I have Shadow and Bone and Rune and Rising by Leigh Bardugo. So I've already hauled a copy of Shadow and Bone, but then I saw this really awesome purple copy, so then I rebought it. I have a little bit of an issue. I've already read this book, absolutely loved it. It's a fantasy that takes place in a kind of like alternate version of Russia that's called Ravka, and this place is being taken over by the Unsea, which is basically this like ocean, but it's filled with a bunch of like bad creatures and people die when they're trying to cross it. So the main character's name is Alina Starkov, and she discovers that she has this power which throws her into the world of the Grisha, which are the magical elite of Ravka. So she could be the key to ending the ravagingness of the Unsea, but she has to choose between Mal, which is her childhood best friend who she has been in love with for as long as she can remember, and the Darkling, which is this seductive leader of the Grisha. So yeah, that was a really lame description, but it's a really good book. Even the synopsis doesn't do it any justice. You just need to go into it and just read it and you will love it. Something about Leigh Bardugo's writing is just awesome. And then Rune and Rising is the final book to this series. I haven't read the second one yet, so I obviously haven't read this one yet, and I also obviously can't read the synopsis because spoilers. And then the final 2 books I have are Slammed and Point of Retreat by Colleen Hoover. So these are new adult books. I've been really in the mood for a new adult, and I have already read Slammed and I didn't like it very much, to be honest. It was a little bit disappointing, but whatever. But these books are about a girl named Lakin, and she, after a family tragedy, she moves to Michigan, and then she meets the boy next door, and they have like this instant, really intense connection, and they start their relationship, but then it has to come to an abrupt halt because of reasons, and just craziness happens, and I'm really bad at explaining things. But yeah, it wasn't my thing. A lot of people really love these books, but I just didn't like it that much. So I might give these away or do something with them because I don't think I'm going to read the second one. But yeah. So that is all for my book haul today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any new adult recommendations for me, definitely let me know down below because I'm still in the mood for a new adult. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!